Let's begin flat on our back, tucking the shoulder blades under, maybe walking your heels about mat width apart if they're not there already. Closing our eyes and taking a couple nice deep breaths. With each exhale, let the body relax and let it just melt down into your mat. And then walk the heels together, point the toes, reach the arms overhead, and lengthen the body. Become as long as you can. Finding some more space along the spine, along the rib cage, through the arms. See if you can inhale a little bit more deeply here. And then bring your arms back down to your sides, bend the right knee, and let's start by hugging it in towards the chest, warming up the foot and ankle, pointing and flexing the foot, circling the toes in both directions. And then moving up to the hip, gently rocking it side to side, up and down. And then circle it around. Again, starting off small and then getting those circles a little bit bigger. Both directions. And then pull the leg in towards the chest. Bring your hands behind the thigh and reach the foot up towards the ceiling, stretching the hamstring and the calf. So as we pull the leg in towards the chest, we'll feel that stretch intensify. This is just the start of our practice, so take it easy on yourself. Notice if these muscles feel tight or they're sore. Just release a little bit, lower that foot away from the torso until you feel a stretch. It shouldn't be painful. Excellent. So let's bend our right knee about 90 degrees. Place the right hand on the upper right shin, left arm out to the left side of the body. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, open the right leg to the right side. So we're stretching through the inner thigh here, keeping the left leg down and relaxed. And let's lift the right leg back up. Switch our grip on the right leg. So bring the left hand to the top of the right shin, right hand off to the right side. And now let's exhale and lower the right leg down to the left. Let the hip lift off the floor. Feel a gentle stretch through the lower back and spine. Breathe deeply. And now bring the knee back towards the center of the body. Bring the right hand inside of the right leg, so the right elbow is just inside the thigh or knee. Place the right hand on top of the right foot, wrapping your fingers around the outside edge, and let's gently open the right foot up towards the ceiling. So a half happy baby, keeping our shoulders, our back, and our left leg relaxed on the floor. As we open that right leg, we're going to feel that stretch intensify through the inner thigh and the hamstring. The sole of the foot is facing the ceiling, but we're also pulling the knee back and down towards the floor. Good. Let's release, heel to the glute. And release the foot all the way back down to the mat. Switching sides, bending the left leg, hugging it in towards your chest. Start down at the toes and the ankle. Point and flex the foot. Circle it around. Wiggle all the toes. And then move your way up to the hip. Rocking the leg side to side. up and down, and then circle it both directions. Excellent. Bring the hand to the back of the left thigh, reach the foot up towards the ceiling. Find that length in the hamstring. Breathe deeply, letting the leg relax. Excellent. And now bend the left knee. Bring the left hand to the upper left shin, right hand out to the side, and let's open the left leg down to the left side of our mat. Inner thigh stretch. And let's inhale that leg up, switch our grip, and exhale, bring the left leg over to the right. Let the left hip lift off the floor. Feel that stretch the lower back, the outside of the left hip and upper thigh, and just breathe deeply. And let's release. Bring the knee back towards the center of the body. Bring the left hand inside of the left leg so we can place the palm on the top of the left foot, wrapping the fingers around the outside edge, and begin to open up the left knee, bringing the sole of the foot towards the ceiling and drawing the thigh back down towards the mat. Right hand can rest on the right thigh or hip, reminding that leg to stay down on the mat, or you can reach it out to the side. Good. Let's bend the knee, draw the heel in towards the glute, and lower the foot to the floor. You can keep the knee bent. We're going to pick up the right leg and place the right ankle on top of the left knee or upper thigh. Reach the right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside of the left thigh. Draw the legs in towards your chest. Feel that stretch through the outside of the right hip, maybe through the inner thigh. If you'd like to intensify this, you can walk your hands around to the front of the left shin. Try and keep your back down and relaxed as much as possible. Excellent. Let's gently release and switch sides, lowering the right foot down to the mat. Pick up the left leg, left ankle on top of the right knee or thigh. Left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside. Draw the legs towards your chest and breathe. And release. Excellent. Lower the left foot down to the floor. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Gently rock side to side, massaging the back. And then tuck your chin towards your chest. Round your spine as much as possible. Let's roll from our shoulders to our tailbone 3 or 4 times. And then we're going to come up to a sitting position and stand right up. So let's come on up, mountain pose at the top of our mat, feet under our hips, shoulders back and away from our ears, moving with our breath for some sun salutations. So let's inhale, exhale, palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the right toes. Exhale, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead down to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, press to the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale, exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Moving into triangle pose, let's step back with the right foot, hip, shoulders, and chest towards the right edge of the mat. Arms extended at shoulder height, inhaling. Exhaling, reaching the left fingertips towards the top of the mat, then sideways directly over the left leg, reaching through the fingertips, finding that stretch through the right side of the torso, the left inner thigh, looking straight ahead towards the right side of your room. Breathing deeply. Good, let's take another nice deep breath. And as we exhale, press through the soles of the feet, come on up. And now moving into revolve triangle, take the right foot, rotate it about 45 degrees towards the top of the mat. Hip, shoulders, and chest follow. Exhale, gently lower the right hand down to the mat, thumb next to the left arch, or maybe you're placing the right hand along the left shin tonight. That's okay too. We want to anchor the right hand so we can open the chest and roll the left shoulder back a little bit more, stacking it over the right. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, press through the soles of the feet, lift the arms and torso, bring the right arm back to the right side, walk the right foot back, nice wide stance for extended side angle, and exhale, bend the left knee, bring the left hand down, placing the pinky next to the left arch, and sweep the right arm forward, bicep next to the ear, nice long line down the right side of the body, tilt the chin up and look at the right palm. Breathe. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, press into the left foot, straighten out the left leg. Let's come all the way up, arms down along our sides. Push off the right foot. Let's come forward to mountain pose. Good. Shoulders back, standing tall. Take a nice deep breath. And we will switch sides. Left foot now steps back for triangle, hips, shoulders, and chest towards the left edge. Arms extended, inhaling. Exhaling, reach the right arm towards the top of the mat and hinge sideways directly over the right leg. Find that length through the left side of the torso, the right inner thigh, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good. Let's take another nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, press through the feet, lift the torso and arms up. Keep the right foot where it is, but let's rotate the back foot towards the top left corner of the mat. Bring the hips, shoulders, and chest forward. And exhale, left hand down this time, either on the mat next to the right arch or along the right foot or shin. Press through that left hand so we can squeeze the shoulder blades and bring the right arm and shoulder back, stacking them over the left. Our knees should be soft, but we're not locking the joints. Think about bringing your belly button towards that right inner thigh. Let's take one more nice deep breath. Exhale, press through the feet to maintain balance as we come all the way up. Bring the left arm back to the left side of the body, and then walk your left foot back on the mat for extended side angle. Inhaling and exhaling, bending the right knee, bring the right hand down to the floor just inside the arch, and then sweep the left arm forward and up. Look up at the left palm. Good, let's take one more breath. And then exhale, press into the right foot, come all the way up. Let our arms float down to our sides. And then big push off the left foot, coming forward into mountain pose. Excellent job. All right, shake it out a little bit. Okay, next we're going to work on chair pose. So really strengthening the muscles of the lower body in chair. But we're actually going to use it as a warm-up for our balance pose today. I did not forget balance. So bring our feet under the body, toes pointed forward, starting in mountain pose. Shoulders are back, and let's bring our hands to our heart. So moving as we breathe, inhale, exhale, bending the knees, reaching back through the tailbone as if we're sitting in that invisible chair behind us. Glance down, we want to be able to see all of our toes. We can even wiggle them around as the weight is towards the middle and back of the foot. And when we're as low as we can go, tuck the tailbone slightly, flatten out the lower back. Another way to think about it is bringing your ribs towards your hips. Okay? And hold it there, finding a point to focus on, something that's not moving. Feel those quads warming up. Excellent. Let's exhale, press through the soles of the feet, stand all the way up. Wonderful job. Let's shake out the legs. And tonight we're going to do pigeon 3 ways. So we've already done reclining pigeon in our mat warm-up. Now we're going to do a standing pigeon, okay? So what I mean by that is we are going to bring our right ankle and we're going to balance it on our left knee or thigh, and then we're going to shift the hips back. So we're going to get that same stretch through the lifted legs, hip and outer thigh, sometimes the inner thigh, we feel it as well, that we do when we're laying on the mat or when we have our knee between our hands in the mat version of pigeon, the traditional version. So let's give this one a try. Of course, we're going to be on one leg, so it's going to be a little bit more challenging for balance. I'd like you to give the balance a try, but again, to get deeper into the posture, you may want to grab onto a wall or a chair so you can really sink your hips back and down. Okay? All right. Let's give it a go. Okay? Don't forget, no one can see each other. So don't worry about being embarrassed. Okay? So let's root down through the left foot, spread those toes wide, shoulders are back. Now, I like to begin starting to bend my knees before I lift my right foot up. So I like to sink down slightly, reaching back through the tailbone, shifting my weight into the left foot, and then I'm going to pick my right foot up, and I'm going to place my right ankle on my left knee. And once I feel steady here, I'm working on reaching back a little further through the tailbone, bending the left knee a little bit more to feel that stretch through the right hip. Okay? So just as we did in the previous posture when we had both feet on the mat, it's really important to shift the hips back to help maintain that center of balance. I can see you guys on my screen and you guys all look great. So wonderful job. Keep breathing. Let's take one more breath. And then exhale, straighten out that left leg, move slowly. And bring the right foot down to the floor. Excellent job. Shake it out. And we'll switch sides. So move at your own pace, shoulders back. When you're ready, root down into the right foot. I like to bend the knees. Again, you could always start with your knees straight and your left foot directly on top of the right thigh. I think that's a little bit more challenging, but that's why the world is round. We're all different. Okay, so when you're ready, lift that left foot up, left ankle on right thigh this time. Keep reaching back through the tailbone, bending the right knee a little bit further, focusing the eyes. Looking good, yogis. Let's keep breathing. Excellent. Let's release and shake it out. Good job, good job. All right, cool. Let's come to the back of our mat and bring both arms up, biceps next to our ears. Inhale. And exhale, hinge forward. So let's bring our upper body down towards the thighs. Let your head and neck relax. Look towards the knees. Maybe shake your head left and right, up and down. Now, with all the postures in yoga, we really never want to lock the joints or stiffen the body and potentially move it into hyperextension. We always want to have just a slight bend in the legs, okay? And what that looks like differs for each one of us. But in a forward fold, many of us have bent knees, and that's totally fine. We're working, of course, on straightening them out little by little, but these are, again, big, long, tight muscles running along the back side of the body. And of course, it's so interconnected. So tight calves are also hindering that straight leg, and tight hamstrings, tight glutes, tight lower back. They're all kind of fighting against us here. So the more we relax, the more we practice, I wouldn't say easier it becomes, but the more comfortable it becomes little by little. So just notice how your body does feel tonight, if it's sore, if you've got one leg that's a little bit tighter than the other. And I'd like us all to bring our hands behind the ankles or calves and then bend the knees enough that you can almost maybe touch your thighs. Bring your chest down towards your thighs. And then once you have your chest along the quads, little by little, I'd like you to think about reaching the tailbone up. So rather than working on bringing our chest down to meet straight legs, we're going to start in a bent posture And then think about lifting the tailbone up and see how that feels, if that shifts the stretch a little bit. But our head and neck should remain relaxed. Excellent. Let's release. Lower the fingertips down towards the mat. Bend the knees. Lift the heels off the floor. Sink down to meet them. Let's balance here. Inching the hands off the mat if we can. Rolling the shoulders back. Stacking them over the hips. Continuing to breathe deeply. Excellent. Fingertips down, flatten the tops of the knees to the floor. Sit back on the heels. Sit up tall and breathe. If it's too intense, lean forward. Take the weight off the feet. Excellent. So let's walk our hands forward and come into downward facing dog. Pedal the heels. As you root down through the backs of the feet, you'll feel the calves lengthen. On your next inhale, let's take a nice big step forward with the right foot. Come into our low lunge, hips down and forward. Pressing back through the left heel and breathing deeply. Let's keep the left hand planted under the left shoulder. Reach the right arm up, rotating the chest towards the right inner thigh, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And exhale, right hand down to the mat. Gently lower the left knee, and we're going to walk our hands and hips back, lifting the front toes, folding our chest down over the right thigh. So we're going to come in and out of this hamstring stretch several times. So I'd like you to notice how it feels. Hopefully, as we continue our practice, we can sink a little bit deeper or it feels a little bit more comfortable. Excellent. Let's walk our hands forward and we're going to lift into a high lunge. So you can always keep the back knee grounded or lower the heel or come back to the ball of the foot. Your choice. Let's take an inhale, and as we exhale, press into the right foot, inch the hands off the floor, roll the shoulders back, and let's keep them extended at shoulder height tonight. Find a point to focus on. This challenges our balance. Exhale, lower the hands down to the mat, lower the left knee if you haven't already, and let's walk our body back, straighten out the right leg, lift the toes, and fold forward over the thigh. Good, let's release. Let's walk the hands forward, lowering the right foot to the mat. And now let's pick up our right hand and bring it between the left hand and the right foot, creating space so we can wiggle our right foot a couple inches over to the right and then turn the toes out about 45 degrees. You could flatten the top of the back foot down to the mat if you like. That helps disperse the weight so it's not all, concentrated on the left kneecap. And let's take an inhale. And as we exhale, bend our elbows in towards our torso, working on lowering our chest down towards the floor, maybe bringing one or both forearms down to the mat for lizard pose. Head and neck are relaxed. looking straight down, or maybe pulling the chin towards the chest and looking back towards the left knee. Let's straighten out our arms, lifting the chest. We're going to keep that right leg where it is, but now I'd like you to think about opening it up from the hips. So we're bringing the outside of the right leg a little bit closer to the floor by rolling the sole of the foot off the mat, bringing the weight of the right foot into that pinky side edge. Bring the right hand back under the right shoulder, and again, we'll exhale, gently bend the elbows. This may feel very different, maybe more intense. You might not be able to get quite as low, so move slowly and breathe. Good, let's release. Straighten out the arms. Bring the right foot back down to the floor and then walk it in so it's in line with the hip, and bring the right hand back out to the right side. Shift the hips back, straightening out the right leg, lifting the toes, and fold forward over the thigh. Okay, walk the hands forward, lower the right foot. And now I'd like you to work on inching the right foot forward of your hands. So maybe it can't move any farther forward, but maybe you've got some space there. Just play with it a little bit, experiment. And now I'd like you to wiggle the heel down to the mat. So we're lifting the toes. To do that, you might actually need to shift your hips back slightly, okay? So again, this is as if we're doing the splits. We want our right heel down, toes up. We're supporting our body weight with our hands. We're feeling the stretch intensely through the back of the right leg, the front of the left thigh and hip flexor, and we're breathing deeply. Excellent job. We'll release, and we're going to come back to downward dog, and no one is going to judge you on your methods on how you do that. So if you need to swing the leg out to the side, that's how I prefer to do it. Bring it back, and then come on up when you're ready to downward dog. Take a couple deep breaths. Notice how your legs feel. You might feel a little lopsided. It's understandable. And now we'll switch sides. So let's inhale, step the left foot forward, work it between the hands. You may need to kind of move it there with assistance, that's okay. So coming into our low lunge, drop the hips down, reach back through the right heel and breathe. Let's keep the right hand planted, lift the left arm up, rotate the chest towards the left inner thigh, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Excellent, let's lower the left hand down. Gently lower the right knee, and we'll walk the body back for our first hamstring stretch or runner stretch on the left side. So lift the left toes, fold forward over the left thigh, let the body relax. Excellent. Let's walk the hands forward, lower the toes. And now we're going to lift into our high lunge. So again, you can adjust the back leg if you'd like, or keep it where it is. Let's inhale. Exhale, pressing through the left foot. Lift the shoulders and chest, stack them over the hips, reach the arms out at shoulder height, draw the abdominals in to help support the body. Keep pressing down through the left foot. Excellent. Let's come down with the same control. Gently lower the right knee if it's not already there, and shift the hips back again, lifting the left toes, folding forward over the thigh. Walk the hands forward. Moving into lizard pose. So we'll pick up the left hand, bring it between the left foot and the right hand, and then walk the left foot over towards the left side of your mat slightly, turning the toes out about 45 degrees. So the first time we do this, we're going to keep that left foot fully on the mat. Let's bend the elbows in towards the torso, lowering the chest, maybe working the arms down a little bit closer to the mat. Good. Let's straighten the arms back out, lift the chest, and then making that adjustment, that opening through the left leg. So we're shifting the weight of the left foot onto the outside edge so the sole of the foot comes off the mat, opening from the hip. And then again, exhaling, bending the elbows, bringing the forearms maybe down to the mat, moving slowly. And maybe one forearm touches, but one palm is still on the mat. That's totally fine. It doesn't have to be both sides tonight. Just keep breathing. Excellent. Let's release, straightening out the arms, lowering the left foot back to the floor, walk it in so it's in line with the hip. And bring the left hand back out to the left side. Now, let's work on walking that left foot forward. Again, this side may be very different from the last side. Just see, kind of check in, see what you can do here. If you can't walk forward at all, that's okay. We're all going to be picking those toes up, so we need to shift the hips back slightly. And then wiggle the heel out if you can. Use your hands for support. Breathe deeply. If you can fold down a little bit deeper, go ahead. Good. Let's release. Again, let's just come on back to downward dog. Excellent job. All right, so let's pedal our heels. Your hip flexors, your hamstrings should both feel a little bit more open now. From here, we're going to move into pigeon. So let's shift the weight into the left foot so we can reach our right heel high. Bend the right knee and pull the knee in towards your chest, lowering it between the hands. Relax the left leg back. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, folding forward, letting your whole body relax. Good. Let's inhale, head, neck, and chest up. And we're actually going to sit down into the right hip, pick up the left leg for spinal twist, and plant the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Sit up tall, bring the left hand behind the back. Inhale, right arm up, and exhale, lower the right arm on the outside of the left thigh, opening the chest to the left and looking over the left shoulder. Good. Let's release the upper body. We're going to keep that the right leg in place, but we're going to move into cow face pose, at least the lower body. We've done this one before. It has a silly name, I agree, but we're ideally stacking the left knee on top of the right. So you need to pull the left heel in towards the right hip to attempt to stack the knees. But if that's not happening, this is fine. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. You get my point? So wherever your body is tonight, that's perfect. We don't want to have any pain or pressure on the knees, so it's more important that you feel comfortable than we have any weird things going on in the knees or ankles. So let's sit up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. And when you feel that stretch through the medial glutes, let's just drop our fingertips down and ease our chest forward towards the top left thigh. Good, let's walk our hands back in. Slide the knees away from one another. Swing the body around and come back into downward facing dog. And from here, let's lift the left heel up now. Bend the left knee, pull it in towards the chest, shifting the weight forward, lower it between the hands. Relax the right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, relax it down towards your thighs, and breathe. All right, let's begin to ease out of this, walking our hands back, lifting the chest. Sit down into your left hip, spinal twist. Swing the right leg around, plant the right foot on the outside of the left knee or thigh, and root down into the right sits bone. Right hand behind the back. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lower it on the outside of the right thigh, opening the chest and looking over the right shoulder. Excellent. Let's release the arms and torso. Keep the left leg down where it is. We're going to pick up that right leg and ideally stack the knees. But one side is always more stubborn than the other. So again, any position of stacking the right leg on top of the left is fine. Root down through the hips. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, hinge forward. When you feel that stretch, drop your hand, ease the chin towards the chest. And breathe deeply. Good. Let's release, walk our hands back in, lift the chest up, and we're going to unwrap the legs. And we're going to move into our wide leg forward fold. So let's walk our legs wide, toes up towards the sky. Sit up nice and tall, and let's inhale, both arms up, biceps next to the ears. Exhale, reach forward as we fold. When you feel that stretch through the backs of the legs, through the lower back, drop your hands. Ease your chin down towards your chest, your forehead down towards the mat, and breathe. Notice the legs. They might be fighting you a little bit here. Relax the quads and kneecaps, the heels if they're digging into your mat. Maybe you can sink down a little bit lower once those legs are relaxed. Let's walk our hands over towards the right leg. Center your chest over the right thigh, bringing the right hand to the outside of the right calf or shin, and gently lower the chest down towards the leg. Trying to keep your shoulders even. If you want, you can bring your hands to the leg itself, maybe assist walking the hands down the length of the leg towards your ankle. Excellent. Let's release. Walk the hands back through center and over to the left. Again, centering the chest over the thigh. So the left hand is actually on the outside of the left leg. And you can keep your hands planted on the mat or bring them along the leg itself, gently lowering our chest down towards the thigh. Breathing deeply. Good. Let's release. Hands through center. Gently round up, stacking the back, bringing the shoulders over the hips. And now let's bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Sitting up tall with our hands resting on the feet or ankles. Let's inhale. As we exhale, lean the center of the chest towards your feet. Maybe you want to use your elbows to press the thighs down a little bit closer. And let's release, lift the chest back up. Bring the thighs together, and we're going to lay back on our mat. If you're up for an inversion tonight, you can move into shoulder stand or legs up the wall, or you can just take a couple nice deep breaths here. Totally up to you. Move at your own pace. And feel free to come down at any time. Point and flex the feet a couple times, let your calves and ankles relax. And then gently lower your feet down to the mat overhead, coming into plow pose. lower the hands to the mat, bend the knees in towards the face, and slide the knees down the front of the body, gently lowering the back, the tailbone, and eventually the soles of the feet down to the mat. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back so our chest is nice and open and we can breathe deeply. And then pick up the right foot, place the right ankle on top of the left knee or thigh, right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside. Let's try this stretch again. It's now the fourth time we've stretched these muscles. It should feel a little bit more loose, a little bit longer. And let's release, switch sides. And release. And now let's lower our legs down to the mat, heels about mat width apart. Relax the arms halfway between the hips and shoulders. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Let your whole body relax. Continue to breathe deeply throughout relaxation. Bring your awareness down your body to your feet. And then mentally repeat after me. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. Fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I'm completely relaxed. Bring awareness back to your body. Begin to move your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms overhead and lengthen the body, awakening it. Gently roll onto your right side, taking a nice deep breath. Place your left hand in front of your chest and press back up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everybody. Thank you for working hard. I hope you're feeling good, nice and relaxed, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.